The Quick Action Guide to Info Products, Part 2, Conveying a Good Offer. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of Index Card Insights. This is episode 66 for those not in the know. And this is part 2 of our Quick Action Guide to Info Products series. In the first part, we talked about what people want, right? Essentially, we want to know what people want so that we can make a good offer. And if we don't know what they want, it's really hard to sell them things. It's a lot easier to sell them things when we're selling them stuff they actually want. But today, we're going to be talking about conveying a good offer. Because you can have the best offer in the world, you can figure out what people want, and you can have a great offer. But if you don't convey it properly on your sales page and in your sales material, then you're doomed. All right, you're lost. If you can't convey that great offer, then you're up a creek without a paddle, so they say. So how do you do it, right? Well, let me talk about the sales page today. We're going to talk about conveying a good offer. There's another part of conveying a good offer that happens in the email inbox and out there on social media and paid advertising and whatnot. The stuff that actually gets people to the sales page. But we're not going to focus on that today. Today we're going to focus on conveying a good offer on your sales page. All right. So a sales page, in my opinion, and then maybe this is controversial, a lot of people might disagree with me, but in my opinion, a sales page breaks down into three basic parts, right? The first part, well, you know what? We'll talk about these three basic parts right here, okay? So let me cover them with you right here in these three insights. The first part of a sales page when it comes to conveying a good offer is the captivation, right? Now, what is the captivation? The captivation portion of the sales page is what happens in the first 10 seconds of someone hitting your sales page. That's the captivation. That's the first 10 seconds of the VSL. That's the headline. That's the subhead. That's the prehead. You could include background color if you want to, like what it just looks like when they hit it. The first 10 seconds of them being there. That's the captivation portion of the sales page. And you know what? The captivation portion is really important because if your conversion rates are too low, like below 10% on warm traffic or or whatever, if your conversion rates are a little too low, then it's generally the captivation that's the problem, right? Generally, it's the captivation that's giving you issue. Um, now, with the captivation, there's a fine line between confusion and captivation, right? There's a fine line between those things. If you confuse somebody, you repel them, you drive them away. If you captivate someone, you keep them reading on further. Um, now, what can I give you as far as like doing a better job with captivation on your sales page? I tell you what, to me it starts with the headline, really. And when we think about what captivates people on a headline, what pulls people in, for me, don't make it too long. Okay, don't make it too long, and really, really focus on the benefit. Streamline on the overall benefit. Like for example, if I have a product that I'm selling, and that product I'm gonna reveal like some kind of free autoresponder service that is absolutely amazing. And it's going to allow people to save a bunch of money a year, and it's awesome, right? It does something that a lot of other autoresponder services don't do. If that's my product, then I'm gonna lose all the like lingo in my headline. I'm gonna lose all the marketing speak in my headline. I'm gonna focus on the benefit. Now we could say the benefit there is free autoresponder, right? But not really. The benefit is saving money, right? Right? Saving money on a critical tool. Everybody needs it. It's critical, and they're going to be saving money on it, right? You could also say the benefit of that is like easing the pressure off. If people are saving money and they're reducing their overhead, then that takes the pressure off of them, right? We could go into easing the pressure off. We could go into saving money. We could go into this just a simple benefit of how to save money in an area that everyone else is losing money on, right? Something like simple like that, right? How to save money when everyone else is losing money on this one thing, right? That is captivating. Well, what do you mean? How do I save money when everyone else is losing money on this one thing? Right? But you notice I didn't get into the technical aspects of what's in there, what I'm talking about. I can save that for the next part of my sales page. This is the captivation. This is me trying to pull people in, and I can do that with a very like streamlined, simple, big idea to grasp that conveys what my thing does. It conveys the benefit of what my thing does, but it conveys that benefit of what my thing does in a very simple, easy to grasp, streamlined manner, right? And by doing this, I'm going to pull people in. And then that moves me on to the next thing, the next part of the sales page, right? Which is the convincing, right? So we got the captivation and we got the convincing. What's what's the convincing all about? The convincing is where we teach people like why this product exists, why it's here, right? And we're talking about info products, like why does this one exist, man? Because every good info product needs a little legend, right? It needs a little build up, you know? It can't just be like information. It needs to have something to it, right? And this convincing, man, this convincing is about features, yes. It's about benefits, yes. You're going to talk about features and you're going to talk about benefits, but you're also going to talk about why this exists and why it matters and why they need it, right? This is the convincing. And when you want to talk about bonus stacks and you want to talk about features, you want to talk about benefits, and you want to talk about the story of why this thing is here, this is the convincing area of the sales page. And no two convincing areas of sales pages are alike. Everyone's got their own little method or a template for doing sales pages, right? And it's fine. It's fine. Everyone's got a science behind it. But it's all a little different, and there's no real rules when it comes to sales. There's only one rule when it comes to sales pages, and that is simple. It's a question. Does it work? That's it. Is it effective? That's the only rule with sales page copy. So when we talk about this idea of a convincing and this idea of the convincing section of sales page design, there's no true rules. It's really just about, laying out your features, laying out your benefits, laying out this idea of why this product exists, why it matters, and why it should matter to them. Any kind of bonus stacks that you want to include. This all is the convincing area of the sales page. Okay. And then that brings me to the third area of the sales page, which is the purchase, right? The purchase. Now, what's there to worry about when it comes to the purchase? The purchase is essentially, where are your buy buttons on the sales page? Do you have enough buy buttons on the sales page? Does your sales process work? Does the checkout process work? If they click on that buy button, are they able to buy something, right? Or is it broken? You know? Do you make people scroll down 80 pages before they see a buy button? Because if you do, you're messing up. That's not a good way to handle it, right? In my opinion, they should see a buy button somewhere around the first 10 seconds of the sales page, somewhere right. I mean, if you conveyed it properly in the headline and you got some stuff right there, like the buy button should not be far below. When they click on that, boom, it should take them right to checkout, because people make buying decisions based off emotion. Then they try to justify those decisions with logic. So if you know this, then you should have decent dispersal of purchase buttons throughout your sales page. And then again, you got to make sure your checkout process is working. So, like to me, again, what I've found is that like if you're having a problem with your sales page converting, generally it's not the convincing, and generally it's not the purchase. Generally, your problem is with the captivation. There's some kind of disconnect that people are having when they hit that sales page. That's making them think, I don't need this, or I'm confused by this. I don't know what this is. And it makes them hesitate. And that's generally the captivation that's doing that. So, what you need to do is you need to make sure that the offer, whatever it is, and whatever got you excited to make that offer, you need to make sure that that's conveyed well um, in the captivation portion of your sales page, conveyed well in a streamlined, easy to understand, easy to grasp, simple statement, right? A simple statement that captivates people and makes them curious. And it's true, but it captivates people and it makes them curious. You know what I mean? Like Star Trek, you know what I mean? Exploring the galaxy, going where no man has gone before. That's captivating, you know. It's not the same as saying metaphysical, macro space exploration. That doesn't sound captivating. It's not the same thing, you know. It sounds kind of confusing. So that's the basic difference. So to reiterate, guys, what we have is when we talk about conveying an offer, when we talk about conveying an offer well, we have three parts to the sales page that really matters. And the first part is the captivation. The second part is the convincing. And the third part is the purchase. Now, if you can nail these three things, then you're going to do just fine. And that's it. Now, listen, guys, if you like this podcast, if you like what I'm talking about, be sure to check out epicconversions.com. I got a free training over there for you. It's called Hungry Like the Wolf. And this is a really cool training. It's about artificial intelligence. It's about email marketing. It's about list building. You're absolutely going to love it. Hungry Like the Wolf. Check it out. It's at epicconversions.com. And that's all I got. I'll see you in the next episode of Index Card Insights. Peace, everybody.